What's up everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be something a little different. Since I am a travel nurse, and I am a nurse, I'm going to talk about what travel nursing is, how to get started in it if that's something that you're looking into, that you want to do. And we'll talk about the benefits, the downsides, licensure requirements, that type of a thing. Before we get started in the video, I did record some footage from this past week. I'm going to insert now, show you guys what I did this past week. Didn't do a whole lot, but had some interesting things happen to me. So let's just roll back and watch that. Alright everybody, what is up? So I am currently switching rooms. The hotel offered it to me, and I really hate being on level floors because of the people above. You can hear every footstep pretty much. So yeah, I hate it. I really do. But yeah, so they're switching me floors. I feel like I'm being evicted. I gotta get all my stuff packed up, so that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna move down to the new room here shortly. I've been moved into my new room. It's like the same exact thing, but I'm on the second floor this time as opposed to first floor. So yeah, pretty cool. Apple, those cars there have massive GPS. They're from Apple, the Apple Maps. They're out mapping the area, and they have these big old GPS on the top. Pretty cool. I talked to one of the guys, but yeah, I'm gonna get all my stuff put away. So I'm about most of the way done, but one of the Apple guys just got back, so I wanted to show you what that looked like. Yeah, so that thing on top is a GPS. Let me just drive it around. That is pretty cool, because I've always seen Google, and it's more or less the same thing, but I'm not gonna lie, with Apple I was kind of expecting Tesla, not a Subi. I might have to insert a bleep there. Alright, I'm finally settled in. I got everything put away here. Still gotta organize all this jazz here, but yeah, good to go. Hopefully this will be a little bit quieter for me, and I can sleep a little bit better. So look at him running. Oh, he's so cute. Only in Arizona. Came in poop and peas. Yeah, so it was a busy week. A lot of adulting stuff. However, that lizard was really cute. Only in Arizona. Anyway, getting into the video, I'm going to talk about travel nursing. So first question is what is travel nursing? Over the past 2-3 years, this has been a big hit around the US due to the pandemic. And what a travel nurse does is they go from their homes, wherever they may live in the country, and they go work in another state for like 3 or so months and help out facilities that are tremendously short-staffed or overwhelmed with patients. Now this could be different types of nursing, different facilities. So you go to a hospital, you go to a clinic, a nursing home, long-term care, acute care, long-term acute care, can't spit it out, facility. And these are all, different aspects of nursing that obviously need nurses. Not every facility is staffed properly or has the staffing to accommodate the patients in that area. So they call in travel nurses who come and work for a limited time just to help them kind of get back onto their feet, and then they stop, go somewhere else that needs help. So to be a travel nurse, first thing you have to have is your nursing license. You can be an RN, an LPN, RN with a BSN, MSN, DNP. You can even be a CNA. The requirements and stuff that I'm going to talk about today are specifically for RNs and LPNs. I'm not 100% sure on all the things that a CNA has to do. So yeah, if you want to find out more information, if you're a CNA and you want to find out more information on traveling, reach out to a recruiter and they can help you out. So as a traveler, typically what happens is you get on with a company that is a travel nursing company or a medical staffing company. So what they also call it. You as the nurse applies to different facilities that you might want to work at. The facility will review your work history, your references, this type of stuff. If they like you, they'll select you, they'll give you a contract. You go to that facility, work for anywhere. Most contracts are around 13 weeks. However, it can range anywhere from 4 weeks to 13 weeks, 14 weeks, even 16 weeks I've seen. So you go there, you work for your amount of time that you're contracted for. Once that time's up, you're done. You don't have to stay if you don't want to, or if the facility doesn't want you. You go to another place and do the same thing all over again. So that's kind of what a travel nurse does. Now, as far as getting started in traveling nursing, it seems really daunting and a really big thing to start, but depending on your circumstances, it's not. For me, it wasn't. I don't have family. Well, I have my parents and my brother, but I don't have like a wife, spouse, children, anything like that. So I didn't have to worry about that. However, if you do have those, it might be a little more tasking on you. So it's something to consider for sure. Typically the process as far as getting started in travel nursing kind of looks like this. First thing you want to do is make up your mind. Do you want to do it? Do you not want to do it? Are you able to do it? Are you not able to do it? Weighing those risk benefits and figuring out if this is something that you're able to do or not. Once you've determined that yes, I can do this travel nursing, I want to, the next step is to find a good travel nursing company or medical staffing company. There are a ton, and I mean hundreds, of medical staffing travel nursing companies out there. And since the pandemic, there's been even more pop-up companies that just kind of showed up out of nowhere. So it's important to do your research, talk to other travel nurses, find out which company they use, if they like their company. Most of the time the nurse will recommend their recruiter to you because they might be a great recruiter, can help you out, and that's probably the best way to go about finding a company. The other thing you can do is obviously do a quick Google search looking for, what travel companies are out there or so. And it'll give you a list of different companies that you can look at. So after you found the company that you like, let's say for example, I found a company, I'm not going to tell you my actual company, but the company that I found I love called ABC Travel Nursing. I love them, they seem great. Next thing you want to do is go to their website, fill out an application, and send that into the company. Very quick application. Most of the time they ask how many years of nursing have you been, or how many years of nursing have you been practicing, what certifications do you have, where have you worked. It's basically a resume that you send into them. So you fill all that out and then send that into them. Next thing that's going to happen is you're going to be contacted by a recruiter. This recruiter is a representative of the company that is your third party that you deal with. So they are in charge of finding you the job that you want, contract that you want, location, all that stuff. They work with you to find you the best place that works for you. Because if you're not making money, they're not making money. So they're going to work hard to get you a job so then they can make money too. So talk to your recruiter, tell them exactly what you want. Do you want to be in a city? Do you want to go into a rural area? Do you want a place that has a bunch of overtime? Do you prefer it out west or back east, Midwest, South, anywhere? You tell them everything that you want and that is ideal for you. And they're going to compile a list of locations that are needing a travel nurse, and they will send those over to you with how much per week that they pay. Once that happens, you can go through and look at all those different locations and find the one that you want, and then you tell your recruiter, hey, I would like to apply for this one. They send into your application to the facility. Now, after you send in your application, there is one of two things that'll happen, and I just recently found this out. One, you can get a call from the facility asking for an interview. Most of the time these interviews are going to be via phone. You talk to them, tell your experiences, and they tell you about the facility. You can also ask the facility what's their nurse-patient ratio. Do they have a need for overtime, and simple stuff like that. And talk to them. If they like you, then they'll contact your recruiter and say, yes, we want to hire this person. They seem fantastic and work out great. The other thing that might happen is you might just get a call from your recruiter saying, hey, they accept your application. When do you want to start? So those are two different things that could potentially happen. So the next thing that happens after you've heard back from the facility saying that, yes, we want this person to come and work with us for this amount of time, you're going to either accept the offer or decline the offer. Most of the time, if it's somewhere you want to go, then you're going to accept it, right? They will give you a start date, and then your recruiter will draw up a contract and send that contract to you to review and sign. Now, what does that contract look like? That's a whole other topic. Big things is it's going to include your pay rate, your stipend rate, which is your non-taxable income that they give travel nurses, your minimum hour requirements, and some of the things like scrub color and attendances, absences, all this other stuff. But those are kind of the basics. So once you've gotten your start date, once you've gotten your contract signed, most of the time the company's going to need your immunizations, your work history, some references. They'll want you to have a drug test, stuff like that. Most important thing is your licensure. If you work in a compact state, such as I do, my licensure is out of Colorado, and they're a compact state. There are two different types of licensure. You have the compact and the non-compact. Compact basically means that the license you have transfers or reciprocates over to another compact state. So, for example, my licensure is out of Colorado, like I was saying. That means I can work in Arizona and not have to get or apply for an Arizona state license. However, there are non-compact states. I can think of 4 off of the top of my head right now: California, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada. Those are non-compact states, which means that even though you may have a nursing license, you have to apply for their state license in order to practice as a nurse in that state. Next thing is you want to get housing. You want to find a hotel or a short-term stay apartment, something like that, so you have a place to live while you're there working. Once you have found that, which later on in the video I'm going to go over some tips and stuff on how to find different places. Once you found that, you show up for your first day, you work, do your contract, and then you're done on your last day. After that, do the same process all over again.